Welcome to Xtra presented by VDG Sports. I am your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. No filter, very censored. When you are a fighter, and not a haymaker fighter, but when you're a fighter, when you're always standing up, or when you're always trying to bring about something different or protecting the little guy, or however you define fighter in your terms, but in the whole context of fighter in that meaning, but it still definitely can be broad, but I don't want to narrow it down, whereas the definition is so unique and so special or specialized that it doesn't fit anything. It doesn't fit outside of my own definition or someone else's own definition of a fighter. Now, with all of that being said, with all of the cards pushed to the table, pushed in front of the table, it's time to let the chips fall where they may, right? No. Not that kind of party. Not just yet. When is there the time for relaxing? Is there ever a time? Is there ever a moment where you're not thinking about the next battle? You're not fighting. You are able to actually relax. And I'm asking for friends, and I'm asking for me. I'm asking for a friend, and I'm asking for me. And if that friend is me and that friend is I, so be it. And it probably may be not this time, or not this instance, or not in this particular moment, but sure, it's occurred, it's happened. It's occurred, it's happened. Like simply going on a holiday, taking a vacay. It's sort of hard to find something to not do. There's always something to do. There's always some doing. There's always a fight to have, a argument to take, a injustice to fight for. He said injustice. I'm going to turn this off now. And that's the he, and not ha ha. He, and not the ha ha. But is there ever a moment where it's time to actually relax, and how easy is it for you to relax and wind down? And this is one of the main reasons why I reached out and ventured out and took up meditation and started looking into that method. And as I said, it just was not for me for the reasons given. You can go back and check the historical documents for that. I will not get sidetracked by the shiny objects. I will not get sidetracked by the shiny objects. But just know that, the meditation thing isn't for me. I might revisit it in the future. Who knows? That journey isn't determined. That path isn't closed. In the long run, it may turn out where that might be the end game. As of now, that's not something that I'm looking to do, and it's not something that I'm actively seeking out to do. It is a tool within the tool bag that I have, that I know I can use and utilize for when the moment is necessary. And I know it's definitely something that you probably should do every day, at least once. But I'd argue back, it would be better to do it at least any day rather than no day. And so that's why I will have it, and I have it as a tool in my tool bag, and definitely not something that I'm doing daily, anymore. I know I have it to utilize methods, utilize the things that I know that can work for me, but that is there. It is there. It is there. So being able to relax and just wind down is one thing. Not fighting when the situation arises is another thing, because when you're naturally a fighter, you sort of tend to view everything in a lens of us, them, or I need this to happen. It's not happening. Therefore, it's something that requires me to fight for, or this is a battle that I have to have. Whereas most of the time, you just don't have the battle, but you're constantly fought or fighting so many battles that you mistakenly take something that's not a battle and you make it into a battle. Yeah, it happened. I don't know, and I don't have the answers of how to figure it out before it take place or happen. I just say be more aware and be mindful of situations that can assume or that can be mistaken for a fight and is not a fight, or be mistaken for not being a fight and it is a fight. Now, who want to mistake in that direction? Who would want to mistake in that direction? Because it can happen. It definitely can happen. Being a fighter, you tend to fight all the time. You tend to view things in a certain lens, view things in a certain way, because you are a fighter and you just more method and more ways, but your tendency, because you have tendencies, your tendencies is to fight first and everything else next. You just have to be more aware and more mindful, and hopefully have things that you can utilize or things that you can do to help you take a little bit of more time to process information or process the situation a little bit more or further out, and to help determine whether or not that this is actually a fight. This is actually something we're fighting for. This is actually something that needs special attention, like, say, a fight, or it's something that does not. Because there's fighting, and then there's just being that guy who just fights all the time, fights. And you don't want to be that guy or that person or that man, that woman, that lady, or whoever to be known as the one who fights all the time. Because if you are the one who fights all the time, you will be the one who, when people see coming, they go the opposite direction. They go a different direction, because everything's a fight. Everything's a battle. I misspoke. I didn't mean to say it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Why are you making this a big deal? Relax. Chill. Okay, yeah, I know the sky can be other colors than blue sometime. It was just a saying. It was just a metaphor. Relax. So yeah, you don't want to be always stringent on things that comes off as being a fighter as well. Because then there's no fun. It's no fun. Yeah, okay. There's a time and a place to be on point. There's a time and a place to fight. When you're fighting all the time, when is the time where it's not to fight? If you're fighting constantly, there has to be the occasion. There has to be the other time where it's peace. It's chill. It is okay to make a mistake. It is okay to let something go. It's okay to just let the nonsense flow. Let the nonsense go. Let the nonsense, breathe freely. It's not possible to fight everything and fight all battles. You stretch yourself too thin. And when it's the little stuff and you're sweating the small stuff become the large stuff. The large stuff is the large stuff, and everything is just large. Everything is just big, and there's no way to move forward. There's no way to do anything, and you are just spinning. You're just spinning out. You're just spinning out with no rhyme or reason, no direction, and it's just not good. It's not good. And that's why I'm asking a serious question. Serious question. How do you relax if you are a fighter all the time? And there are, and there should be answers. If not, I suggest you find some, because you don't want to be a fighter all the time. You don't want to fight all the time, because when you fight all the time, you can lose a little more. Who likes losing? Especially fights, especially battles, because then you're putting yourself at risk of not winning. And if you don't win, you kind of just bring everything down. And then when you bring everything down, next thing you know, you're bringing more down. You're bringing more down. And then you've been losing so much. You just need that one win. You go scorched earth. You go scorched earth over an orange. What came first? The color orange or an actual orange? Really? Really? Okay. That's why it is highly, highly important that we figure this answer out. We figure out how to relax, or methods and ways to relax, if we don't know how. If we don't know how, definitely something that we should be looking into. Definitely something that we should be looking into. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Be sure to check out the website at extra.vdgsports.com. That is extra.vdgsports.com. There's a YouTube, VDG Sports. Like, subscribe, share. Do whatever it is you do there. Comment if you may. Comment if you must. Comment if you may. Comment if you must. This episode is not, I repeat, this episode is not being sponsored by VinceDouglasGregory.com. VinceDouglasGregory.com is where you can keep up with me, my whereabouts, my well-being, everything in between, all things Vince. Basically, all things Vince. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. And thank you for listening again. Thank you for listening. Truly, truly, thanks. Peace. Out. 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 Ow, 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 ow.